Welcome back to another episode of Bad Restaurant Reviews. Today we putting McDonald's on blast. Comment below your worst McDonald's experience. Only one drive-thru open. They charge extra for simple sandwich customizations. Drive-thru lane was extremely slow. Over 20 minutes. We had to shake our own chocolate milkshakes. They were served with chocolate sauce on the bottom and the rest was vanilla. I asked about this at the window and was told that this is how they are done. What? We were given straws to stir them ourselves. Very sad. No one responded to me trying to get my order corrected. Every time I come I have to pull up into a parking space or a spot for them to bring my food out no matter what I ordered. And then my order is incorrect and they have the nerve to get an attitude when I try to get it corrected. When I called the complaint number I never get a response. I was given the wrong order. I received a cheeseburger but paid for a triple cheeseburger. The wait was also 35 minutes long for the drive-thru. This is while I saw several members of the crew messing around in the back while I was waiting at the window. After 10 PM the drive-thru takes forever. If you're an Uber driver doing a delivery you're going to lose money. I've never waited less than 10 minutes once on site and average a 15-minute wait time. If I could give it 0 stars I would. Wouldn't recommend. The service is horrible. I asked a lady could she give me fresh fries and she looked distraught. Really? Like you had one job. Cashier was rude and rushed us through our order. Ordered 3 large drinks. They tried to give us medium and made us pull up and wait 5 minutes for our drinks to be remade. Asked for sauce when ordering. Asked for extra at the window and didn't get either. I never leave reviews, but we went through the drive-thru, no one answered and then went back around and honked and the manager said they were open and we said okay cool we will come back around and order. She completely ignored us. Terrible customer service. I am so pissed off. Had a friend pick me up a double cheeseburger combo with no onions and no mustard. Onions irritate my stomach and I have never eaten anything with mustard in it or on it. I work overnights and know this location is open 23 hours. Between 3 to 4 AM they transition to breakfast, because I usually eat from here 3 to 4 nights a week. It's the closest restaurant to where I work. My friend brings me the food and leaves. Grill ticket states, only pickle, only ketchup, only American cheese. Why in the Sam hell is that so hard to understand? Check my food, mustard all over that damn burger and no pickles. So I'm hungry AF and pissed off at the same damn time. I called them immediately and complained. The lady that answered was courteous and apologized for the mistake. I explained to her that people have allergies or some things that may cause stomach upset. Now, I have no way to return the order and have a new one made. So, I'm stuck at work trying to figure out a way to scrape this nasty ass smelling mustard off my burger. I ended up throwing the top bun and the top layer of cheese away. Such a waste in both money and time. Not happy tonight at all. They didn't give us more than 2 items we paid for and the cheeseburger in my daughter Happy Meal was hard as a rock and had to be thrown away. I wouldn't feed their food to the homeless or a pet. Complete trash. This McDonald's is horrible. Waited 20 minutes for fries and they brought me cold fries out. I wanted a refund, manager said no. Gave me fries that were hard the second time. Please check management. They are not professional at all and don't care about the customers. Went there after work with no line in drive-thru. They asked me to pull up to wait for my order. Ended up waiting for 30 minutes. Asked for a refund. They told me they would remake me a fresh order. Then gave me a order that looks like it was made by a 2-year-old and it was cold as hell. Ended up giving it to a homeless person at the end of the street. Never again will I waste my time at this place. The McDonald's on Tucker Boulevard in St. Louis is the worst I've ever witnessed. I have to go through there quite often for Uber Eats and the staff is repulsive. Just last night I had an order and they told me someone came and picked it up. I called the customer and he said no, I haven't picked it up. This isn't the first or second or third time I've had problems with this location. The staff is absolutely horrible. They don't care one bit about the customers. It's like you're inconveniencing them when it's their job. If you don't wanna do the job then quit and let someone else work there that actually cares. And there hasn't been one time I've been through there where it's not taken longer than 30 minutes from start to finish. Pathetic. This McDonald's is worse than the McDonald's on Jefferson Avenue, if that can be believed. The staff is unbelievably rude. All the tables were dirty as 10 people stood behind the counter talking. All my food was delivered cold and my cold Largest fry was only half full. When I attempted to exchange it, I was met with a demeaning attitude from the staff and they refused to exchange it. I was mortified and called corporate. Almost as mortified as when I looked at the table next to me and realized the 2 men sitting there were doing lines of heroin off the table, subsequently passing out afterwards. And to top it off, when I tried to use the restroom after my meal someone was passed out in the stall. If you were to honor every request for money on the way into the restaurant you'd be broke, never mind buy a cheeseburger. Steer clear. This establishment is the epitome of ghetto. Expect a 30 to 45 minute drive-through. Every time. Expect to have to repeat your order at least 3 times, and at least half the time it will still be wrong. Rude staff. They are constantly shouting to each other. Your order is not brought to your table but shouted through the restaurant. Eating in at McDonald's means you get your food on a tray. Down here you get every order in a bag. I think this way they have to clean less and don't need to come from behind the counter. Waited 10 minutes in drive-through line. Got tired of waiting, backed away from the car waiting at the order microphone and returned home. Enjoyed the pork chops I cooked. It seems like only one person is working here because it takes 2 hours to get your order. They should learn how to get organized. They must be understaffed. Sit in line for 20 minutes. Finally went to the window and place my order. Too many young kids there. I don't think anyone on the night shift wants to work. I pull up to the drive-thru and I'm told it's going to be a 30-minute wait because the system is down. The bathroom was locked. They wouldn't let my stepson use it. It was an hour before close in the dining area. The fries were cold. Then we had about 3 people ask us for money. Needless to say I spent $54 on 8 meals, all with cold french fries unsalted. Not a place to take your family. Waited for 45 minutes. No service. No one would talk us once we reached the menu to order food. So we eventually pulled off. Drive-through line was around the building. Since when did McDonald's start closing their lobby at 9:45? Literally as soon as me and the other 2 people walked in the lobby every employee shouted at us screaming out our lobby is closed. Then they had the nerve to ask us how we got in. If your lobby is closed this early at night then maybe you should start locking the door. One employee was just lounging in the lobby feet up. The entire staff was rude. A simple, "Excuse me, I'm sorry but our lobby is closed," would have been a lot better than having 10 different staff members yelling lobby is closed. Almost made me question if they didn't want us there because we're white. There wasn't a single white person in the store but us. So what's the real reason you guys closed at 9:45? If they actually do close early then maybe they should change their business hours on the website. I work downtown, often on late and overnight shifts. If you need food during those hours, I suggest you find another place to get it. Service is always very slow. Workers are either overworked or just plain rude. They often get orders wrong, often do not have things like sweet tea already made, and the food quality is subpar, even for McDonald's. Stale. Cold. Overcooked. I have never been there during the day, perhaps it is different. I think my quarter pounder had been sitting under the heat lamp all day. The bun was actually crunchy and the patty was dry. The fries were actually okay. This was at 5:30 p.m. Absolute garbage. Unfortunately I got it in the drive-thru and was home before I noticed. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Until next time, ta-ta.